Thank you for joining us once again on the FeelCast. I'm your host, Maggie Forciero. Joining us in studio is Elsabè Grotzinger, Intern Clinical Psychologist at Geluk Psychology Services. Elsabè, thank you so much for joining us once again on the FeelCast.
It's great to be back, thank you.
Well, today's topic is emotional intelligence. Whoa, that sounds deep.
Yeah.
Can you explain to us what does it mean?
Emotional intelligence, also EQ or emotional quotient, is the ability to understand, to use, and to manage your emotions, and to understand the emotions also of other people. So to be considerate and to always make that connection.
So then what are the 4 branches of emotional intelligence?
Yeah, it is to perceive the emotions correctly. So, for instance, the body language is the facial expressions and not decide what the person is saying, but to actually listen and perceive the correct message.
Like assuming.
Assuming, and that is where misunderstandings
Yes.
often happen because people are talking past each other. So to actually hear the
Without
message,
knowing what is really going
yes.
on.
Yeah. And the second one is then to understanding the emotions. So the meaning and the intent of the emotion. So sometimes, you know, what is that saying that you cannot argue with a fool?
Yeah.
Yet we argue with people that are unreasonable, and that is what the saying is about. So understanding emotions. If you see somebody is high, now you are also getting high. So that is, when at that level, that is very low emotional intelligence. When you get to the same high, then you talk once again past each other.
Yeah.
The third branch is reasoning with emotions. So is to promote thinking and to prioritize activity. And then it's managing emotion. So it's about responding appropriately,
Yes.
but more importantly, to regulate that emotion. So regulating is, if you are here, you feel I'm getting irritable, to actually regulate it, and to manage it and to bring it down so that you can have a mature conversation. EQ is about mature conversations, mature emotions.
Instead
Yes.
of just like, going
Everywhere
into it.
and not getting anywhere and past, and in the meantime hurt each other.
Yeah.
And then you need to go and fix it again. And sometimes you cannot take back words. And I think it's important that people realize, you start with me. If I understand my emotions, then only can I understand other
Other
person's
people. Yes, absolutely.
emotions, yes.
Absolutely. And then what are the signs displayed when individuals have high or low emotional intelligence?
Yes, a low emotional intelligence I will start with. So it's when a person is aggressive,
Okay.
getting angry quicker because they could understand the message correctly or misunderstand the message, demanding.
And without finding out what has happened,
Yes, because I'm already in a high.
I'm already there.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Demanding, it's about egotistical. So my needs, my emotions, and disregarding the other person's needs and emotions. So with that being bossy, being confrontational, that
yes.
is definitely low EQ. So in comparison with a high EQ, is being assertive instead of aggressive.
Yes.
So assertiveness is bringing your point across maturely and in a calm way, but being strong about what you are saying. Ambitious, driving, strong-willed, and decisive, being able to make decisions and not emotional decisions. It's also about being warm, enthusiastic, sociable, charming.
Yeah.
Whereas with a low EQ, again, it's you are easily distractive, you are selfish, a poor listener, impulsive, being everywhere,
Yeah.
make quick decisions without thinking it
Yes,
through.
absolutely.
Resistant to change is another one. So you have
It's
already
like what I've decided
yeah.
is that's it.
You have already decided that that's a bad thing without giving it the necessary thought and consideration.
Yes.
So there's a long list of poor EQ versus high EQ. High EQ is about being a leader, not a manager. It's about being careful.
Not being bossy.
Not being bossy, for instance. It's about consistency, being a good listener, giving the sufficient respect to the next person. But often low self-esteem is related to low EQ, where I need to be the boss and you do as I say. And when I have a high emotional, it's about the other person more than it's about me.
Myself,
and now that is not in a way that the other person putting other people's needs above yours, but respecting other people and their needs and their views.
Yeah, what they say, like being the servant.
Being the servant, being a mature servant, guide, delegate, lead, respect. Those are the words that come to mind. Mature words.
Yes, absolutely.
And mature actions, more important.
Very important,
Yes.
Now, which 3 personality types have high links with emotional intelligence?
Yeah, you actually get 2 types of personalities. That's the extroversive and the introversive. So when it comes to high emotional intelligence, you won't believe it, but it's actually the extroversive that is the high, that is considered with the high emotional intelligence. And it is because people are go-getters, they are people's people, they are fun, they like to talk things through instead of withdrawing. It is about being out there, communicating. It's about sensing and perceiving. We have talked about perceiving the message, sensing what is going on. It's about intuitiveness. So the 4 main ones are the ENTJ, and it is the ESTJ. So the E is for extroversive. And the personality that goes with that is, now I just need to find, because it's quite a lot of, so the personality that goes with that is the sensing, like I said, it's focused on the reality and the now and how things are now. It's about the intuition, imagine the possibilities of how things could be. It's about judging. So how do you prefer to live your life? So it's prefer to how matters should be settled. And perceiving is to prefer to know what your options are. So there are 16 different types of personalities. But the 4 that is related to high EQ is extroversive. And that's actually quite interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
And, getting to solve whatever is happening.
Yeah. And maybe just to say that it's outwardly, when you are extrovert, when you are getting you are giving your energy outwardly and you are receiving your energy. Whereas the introversive is introversive, so they are more internally and rather sit
Keeping
back and watch, keeping back.
Yeah, sure, that's deep. And well, I would love to actually continue, with this topic, because this is very interesting. But unfortunately, we have come to the end of today's program. So, Elsabè, I thank you once again for joining us on the FeelCast.
You are very welcome. Thank you very much.
We've come to the end of today's program. Join us again next time on the FeelCast.